Nope, believe it or not, not on drugs. I know this seems ridiculous, but I'm gonna have to reiterate that over and over. Point of pride, I've never touched it. Never touched meth, never touched heroin. And I can't really drink anymore. It's a problem for me. Back in film school, I was gonna call out what year. But I gave myself alcohol poisoning. And it's been really uncomfortable for me to drink ever since. Like, once a month, if that, I try to drink, and it's not good. I regret it instantly. I only do it to try to, like, reset. I will smoke mountains of weed, and I haven't had any in like 2 weeks. So, in case you're wondering why I'm going into ADHD mode, having an IQ sucks. I'm sorry. It does. Being smart is not good. The smarter you are, the more complicated the simple things get. And I don't know, I mean, let's be fair, people. I wasn't asking for, like, superstardom. I was asking to be in the pocket of a superstar. You know? All of my talent, how I can look, things I can accomplish in the hands of somebody who's already been through the ego and the money and all of it. But I did not expect what's happened. It's a group of meth addicts out there, and I don't know, what was his name? Nick Carter, one of the Backstreet or NSYNC guys. Go look at his Twitter, and go look at it like in tandem with the stuff that I post. That's what I'm talking about. There's these little pocket groups in Hollywood that are just evil, ugly, dumb satanics. And if you want my opinion from dissecting everything that's been happening, and again, people, you gotta realize I was never posting this kind of crazy, dramatic stuff before any of this. In fact, I left my Facebook alone for a couple of years while I was diving into metaphysics and metaphysical spiritual tangibility. The reason I got into it was for shit like this. No, the crackheads did not give me this tint. This thing's been sitting here for a while, but just like walking to Malibu, there's this feel, there's an energy, there's this ping to the left and right. And most people are blind to it, outright. Other people that get into it are... Well, long story short, there's a reason people like me generally wander off into the woods never to be seen from again. Psych ward, dissection, remember? But again, though, like, to regurgitate some of the really frustrating parts about all this is, you guys will believe the drug addicts and meth addicts. I remember, I'll call this out real quick since I posted it a few minutes ago, hours ago. What's his name? From Avatar, Terminator, Clash of the Titans. That dude had like an amazing battle cry. Dang it, what was his name? You guys know who I'm talking about, though, right? Tough dude. Sam Worthington. Sam Worthington, I think so. He was there one night, talking to a girl named Terry Ann. He got all pissed off about something and wanted to talk to Mike. And so, like, my question is like, all that I did to get you people to say hello to me, and guys like Sam Worthington would ignore me and then go wander into a homeless crackhead camp where their trash is, like, piled up to your neck, and sit there and believe their story, but ignore me. So go ask Sam Worthington, Mr. Avatar guy, what I'm talking about. I don't think he was replaced, because he wasn't there very long. But this whole, like, switcheroo, steal my persona and try to run with it thing, not a good idea. It's just now I'm starting to see the entrapment a lot of people in Hollywood are in. I can't dive into it because I get people in trouble when I say too much. It's just, we're in this, like, stalemate. And it's not even a good stalemate. You would think of a stalemate as like two bulls pushing on each other, and one's not giving up on the other, but that's not the case. What's going on here is a tiger made of fire growing wings is being avoided at all costs, because once I get into that fight, whatever the fuck out there is pretending, they're just a group of swine. They're gonna lose that fight very quickly. And so, like I posted earlier, if you have an Achilles to kill, you're gonna walk up to him with a sword? No, that's the last thing they're gonna do. But they will lie and slander and scab over and go after everybody I used to know, which is why I'm starting to go through more nuclear, because I can't get anybody to do the right thing and tell the truth. And I don't know how else to do it. It's nothing but snickers and giggles from all directions, even freaking probation department. I'm on federal probation for this very thing. Hearing a girl scream for help and beating up crackheads trying to find her. So a few weeks ago, Tom Holland and Emma Watson, I don't know if it was Tom Holland, but Hermione and the little one, but it was definitely Emma Watson. But she's here screaming and screaming and screaming like she's being raped or something. And it's the same thing over and over and over. Angelina Jolie started that. She was hiding in homeless camps, and I'd have to go in there and beat everybody up and tear apart tents. Got arrested. Natalie Portman does it. I get arrested again. And so I went from like regular to bad probation to federal probation. And now they're doing it again. They're thumbing their nose at me behind crackheads. And if I punch another one, the cops show up, and this time. And it's like I'm smart enough to see that, so everybody who's doing it to me goes, so? And this is where I realize having an IQ is a bit of a detriment in this world, because nobody wants the smart person. Everybody hates Lisa Simpson. And about that, man, I wrote Lisa Simpson Snapped. And tell me I wrote that before Endgame came out. I don't think so. I think it was afterwards. I didn't mean to put those two together, but if you could imagine. Yes, the spell kind of implies two different things. One, Lisa Simpson, the IQ of the whole Simpsons series, snaps and goes into a bad guy, but also the idea of Lisa Simpson having the Infinity Gauntlet and snapping. Also, I only ever wrote that it was possibly a girl writing those spells once. And so over 1,000 different spells, they're all in that backpack actually. And only in 2 places does it suggest that it might be a woman writing them, and that's what they check, mix, and highlight and run with, just to do it. Awkwardly enough, I'm wondering how all these damn crackheads out there are still trying to pretend they're the ones who wrote them, when every time it comes down for me to prove it, they're all yapping about how it was a girl that wrote those spells. So, it's just dumb. They're doing everything they can. It's a merry-go-round. The second I take a step towards them and go to end this fight, they move. I saw the Red Bull commercial. That was cute. But, I mean, if that's what you guys are praising these days, then maybe I really don't have a chance. Red Bull commercial, there's these 2 jousters heading towards each other, and one aims his, I don't know what they call that thing, the big stick. He aims his at the ground and then bounces over the guy that's like intended on killing him. And everybody cheers for the guy that avoided the fight and makes fun of the guy that would have won the fight. It's just really annoying pokes and jabs like that I could appreciate, but I'm not appreciating it all the time. I appreciate Robert Downey Jr. I don't know why I keep highlighting that, dude. That's hitting me so hard. I attended one of his luck shows. I can't believe that was you, dude. I'm not gonna say when or where, because that's the secret. Nobody can tell you. Nobody else can tell you when or where that was. I can. There's a lot of details like that. But even guys like Robert Downey Jr., even though they know I'm the real one, they're holding out for some reason, and I don't freaking get it. So I wait. I wait for somebody. If you think I'm an outright prick or whatever, I don't care anymore. Like, do it the right way. Find the real me. Get your hands on me and have a conversation. You can always say, this, that, or the other, no thank you. But until I have that moment, I feel like there's a fake crackhead out there, not only getting away with hellacious stuff pretending to be me, but is also reaping the benefits of everything I tried to do to help you guys. This whole no grit, he does have grit, he's the one who does it, he isn't the one who does it. I'm tired of all of that. I'm the only one who's been ignored this entire time, no matter what I do. No matter what I do. I don't know where this whole ghost thing came in, but if you guys are trying to make me out to be a ghost, why are you helping a bunch of crackheads pretend they have me at the end of their leash? I'm either a ghost or I'm not. But they don't care about continuity errors like that. They just want me to shut up and go along with whatever bullshit charade they've got going on to save themselves the embarrassment of being wrong when they got here. Oh no. Hollywood hates smart people. Fuck, man. And so this is why I toned down my frequency. This is why I stopped being super smart. Because nobody likes it. You know? Articulate a bunch of verbal awesomeness, and everybody just wishes you were the boobies. I see who Scarlett Johansson's hanging out with. If you want me to explain that. 2 days before I heard Tom Holland say, "Hey, Danny boy," there had been a ruckus of screaming going on. Enough that was like my skin was freaking crawling. And that very night, I had circled the parking lot over in River Park twice. I was there for a good 30 to 45 minutes, and now I'm realizing that Tom was just sitting there staring at me, looking for him. So I get all the way back to my spot, put all of my stuff down, get the blanket up over my head, and I'm starting to get comfortable, and then I finally hear, "Hey, Daddy boy," from like 100 yards away. And so under my breath, people, I had the blanket over my head, I had the mask on, everything. Fuck off, Tom. Just like that, but really quiet. Like 200 yards away on the other side of the riverbed, I heard one of the crackheads go, "I think he just told Tom Holland to fuck off." And Scarlett Johansson herself said, "Yep, okay." And the guy said, "Have a great drive." And she said something else. And they all packed in and started heading out. And it just hit me. Like, they've been here the whole time hanging out with the jackass rapists who've been committing all the crimes. And they're just plotting and scheming, trying to figure out a way to pin it all on me or something. The entire time, I'm being watched to the point where I've got cars in all directions. Just so some stupid yellow goblin can pretend he's making me go to the store. They won't fight me because they know they're going to lose. The only people that they will let me throw a punch at are like gimpy, old, ugly crackheads. And the second I do bow up, they all call the cops. I've got 2 sheriffs on camera discussing being dirty. And I shouldn't call that stuff out because I know why cops are a little jaded these days. I saw it. I was a sheriff's explorer. And these cops don't get any credit these days. They're like really low paid. They go from stupid situation to where everybody's just high energy and mad at them. So they go to like one crackhead house and everybody's screaming at them. And then they get back in their car and go in another situation where everybody's screaming at them. So yeah, I can understand if somebody like Kate Hudson drove by and handed him an envelope and said, "Hey, we're playing a prank on somebody, just chill on it." I can see that happening. I'm not trying to get anybody in trouble, but again, thermonuclear in all directions until I get a fucking hello. Another thing. I've already put you on blast. How the fuck was I supposed to get there, dude? I saw what you were pointing at, and I can't tell if you were making fun of me or not. You were either telling me you know me being trapped or unable to do what I want to do is fake. But how the fuck was I supposed to get to New York, man? I had a little bit of money come my way recently, and I used most of it to try to show people who apparently already knew that this entire thing was a fucking facade, so... Oh. Timestamp this. 3:58. And I guess we can talk about that real quick. Sunday, November 15th, 2020. Battery at 31%. Fuck. What is it about me doing it this way that's got so many people? Just the whole narc thing? I'm not trying to narc. This was for Angelina Jolie when I realized something bad had happened to her. If you want to go back, and I'm going to keep doing this until somebody stop that stupid giggling. Because eventually I'm going to have my hands around your fucking throat. But the same 6 months that I was terrified something bad had happened to Angelina Jolie, they put it on Google that she had locked herself in her room to not see the light of day for like 6 months. The same 6 months that I was worried something bad had happened to her. And then when she finally does emerge back into society, Brad Pitt himself said that she wasn't herself in court. That she was fake and weird and wouldn't take her glasses off and just not her. So I'm really feeling for Brad if I've been like coming down on him and he had no idea. But then again, these people are actors. And actresses, the best of the best. So I'm not trying to... I don't know. Why the fuck, people? Like, why the fuck couldn't I just get a hello? Even now I can feel it. Even now I can feel it. You're watching. You're listening. You're waiting for me to fuck up. Just so you can try to, like, douse everything I've been talking about in a giggle. I've noticed that. This day and age of snark. I hate it, man. I hate the snark. You see what I mean, though, about finding a tent in the middle of nowhere? There's nothing out here. Just to come up on a freaking tent 4 hours before it stops raining. Starts raining, excuse me. Thought it was cool. Why I'm heading out here. I could be chopping off my legs with this thing, but I do not want to hit the 5-year mark. Stop hanging out with gutter trash. Stop talking to them. And then I say as much, and it's like Scarlett Johansson's going to watch this entire video, pick up her cell phone or her car keys, and then drive to the gutter trash goblin rapists I'm talking about and go, why is he saying all this? And they're going to go, well, this, that, or the other. And she's going to go, oh, and get back in her car and fucking leave. Like, she in on it? After 5 years, you're starting to wonder, you know? So, I'm hoping not. I love that thing over there. It's so awesome. In fact, again, one of the reasons why I got into film school and wanted to learn how to create stuff is to bring stuff like this back to life. If I could, man, I'd send this thing to Rick's Restoration. This is just cool, because I can see the story behind it. I see all the dips and turns, and I guess this used to be like a giant cattle property. You can tell because of the different sections. They'd have like the cattle separated in groups, ready for slaughter or breeding or something. So this big ass workhorse of a vehicle doing all this work out here, and then as it was coming up the hill one day, this is where it sputtered out and died, and it's been sitting ever since. I don't even know the name brand. J-N-T-E-R-Y. I love showing this kind of stuff. That's just epic, man. All these levers and stuff. Look at that. Glove box. It was open. There was nothing in it. Old can of some kind of oil. Is that a chainsaw guy? So this is like some kind of lube for... He's got a chainsaw in his hand, but I'm thinking it's for the... whatever mechanism causes this thing to dump. Where is it? Oh, no, that's so anyway, put the landmark for you if you are looking for him. A little bit, but like I'm gonna end this. Sorry, I almost made myself laugh. I'm gonna end this video real quick. You're trying to tell me that I'm too crazy to be, you know. Who is that, Tom? Why am I finding a fucking picture of Mysterio? I put that there. I didn't mean to. I'm finding a picture of Mysterio right around the time I'm ranting and raving against Tom Holland. But you're gonna tell me I'm too crazy for Hollywood, and then you got a motherfucker with a giant golden clock around his neck
going, yeah, boy. And somehow that dude makes it. I'm not gonna quit. Sorry. No way.